Hi there, this is sixth video of this course. In our previous video, we have seen how we can handle events in Vue.js app. We have also learned that how we can define events in script that can be used inside templates of a Vue.js component. And we have also created a counter app with the help of our event handlers. Now in this video, we'll be looking into how we can conditionally render data in Vue.js. So there are four directives which are used for conditionally rendering data in our Vue app. These are vif, velse, velsif, and vshow. Vif, velse, and velsif are just same like if else and else if conditions which are present in our any programming language, whereas vshow has some other usage. Let's just move to our code editor so that we can see how these works. So this is our code editor, and let's say in our template we define an h2 tag, and we'll put some data inside this. Let's say I'll put over here, this is 0. Now I want to show this is 0 whenever I'll define this num over here. Whenever the value of this num is 0, I want to show this. So how can I put a condition on it? Well, I'll use my vif directive and I'll assign an expression to it, which is if num 0. So if this number is equal to 0, then I'll show this. Let's just see if it is working fine. Yes. Now, let's say I want to put another condition, which is if this is not 0, show this is not 0. So I'll just copy paste this in the next line. But instead of using vif, I'll be using v else, and I don't want anything because it doesn't take any kind of expression. And I'll put this is not 0. So your velse directive should always be after your vif, just like an if else condition. So now if I save this, currently it will only show this is 0, but if I change the value to 1, it will show this is not 0. This is how we can conditionally handle the data in our template with the help of these two directives. Now let's say we want to handle one more condition, which is to check if the number is negative or positive. So what we can do is we can use else if, and how we can do that with the help of this directive called v else if, and this will also take this expression to check if the value is negative or not. Now if the value is negative, I'll put if number is less than 0, because the negative value will always be less than 0. So I can put this is negative, and I'll do one thing, I'll copy paste the same thing again, and this time I'll make it greater than. Now if the number is greater than 0, I'll make it this is positive, and if number is neither greater than 0 nor less than 0, then what we will do, we'll put this is not a number. Now I'll save this. So currently, as you can see, value is 1. So we can put this is positive, and it is written over here. If I make it, let's say -1, then it will show us this is negative. If I put it as 0, it will show us this is 0. And if I put a string, and we call the string high, it will show us this is not a number. This is how does this if, else if, and these things works. Now let's just look into one more directive, which is called vshow. Now let's see how does this work. So I'll define another h2 tag over here, and I'll put this directive called vshow. It will take an expression, so we will wait for putting that, and I'll put over here data is visible, and I'll put another value is visible over here, and it will be Boolean. So if the value is true, we'll be showing data. Let me save this. So as the value is true, data is visible, it's possible. Data is visible, it's printed. If I make it false, it is not printed. This is how does vshow work. But now the question is, we can do something similar with the help of if also. Then why to use vshow? Well, for answering that, I'll make this true and I'll write the same condition for the same output, but with different directive now, which is if. So both of them are here. So if I save them, you can see both are visible, fine. But if I make them false, both are not visible, but the difference is over here. So if I go to my body tag and this div tag, I'll be able to see that this one data is visible, which is created with the help of vshow, is still there in DOM, but the one with vif is not even in DOM. So the difference is that where you are using vshow, this data will present in DOM, but it won't be visible because the display property is assigned none to it. Whereas this one will get unmounted from your DOM. Now this mounting and unmounting in the DOM is very expensive. So that's why we would suggest to avoid it and use vshow for certain things which will always be present. So if something is very oftenly used, you should use vshow to hide it. If something is not very oftenly used, you will be mounting it only once or twice in your application lifecycle, you can use if. Now let's just think about a condition where we need to handle multiple items at once with the help of if. So let's say I want to print these values. So let me put the values over here. Let's say I'll put apple. I'll just copy paste this. Mango, banana. Now let's say I have this flag over here. I'll call it fruits visible. I'll make it true. Now, if the flag is true, I want to show all these fruits. So what we can do is we can put if in all three of them, but that is repetition of code. So how we can avoid it? Well, one way which I can think of is I will define a div and I'll put all these three inside the div. And I'll put if and I'll assign this value. So if the value is true, show three of them. Now you can see three of them are visible. But the problem is that now we have one more div. So we are creating one more element in our DOM, which is expensive. So how we can avoid this? Well, Vue provides us this template, which gives us an empty container. So it means now if I use template instead of div over here, I'll be able to see them directly. So they are wrapped with template, but this is an empty container. So it means it won't be visible in your DOM. And you can apply if condition to multiple items. So that's it. This is how we can conditionally render data in our Vue app. Now in our next video, we'll look more in depth into the components and how we can define components in Vue. Hope you have enjoyed the video. See you in next video.